This custom ROM is the most stable ROM that I used in a while, so let's begin without wasting any time.
You need to stop everything. It's time to just do it! And
Para pra caralho.
So the custom ROM that I'm talking about is none other than Havoc OS 4.13, which is based on Android 11 and comes with Perf Plus kernel. Yeah, I know it is a very powerful kernel. And the build is unofficial by Zishan and I Showun. Configuration Center is the place where you can get this much customization for status bar, quick settings, lock screen and more. As you can see, status bar includes customization related to status bar like clock, where you can enable auto hide clock, which will hide the clock for a specific amount of time. Clock will be like, hey, I'm here, now I'm not here. You can also change position, AM/PM style, or you can enable seconds, which is dead. Then you can enable logo, which will appear on status bar like this. You will get lots of logo that you can use. Then there is brightness control and double tap to sleep gesture as well. And under that we can see network speed, which is network traffic indicator, and you can tweak it to a liking. As you can see, battery related tweak is also available, from which you can change battery icon, enable battery percentage text, and lastly battery bar. Then comes the quick settings, which includes quick pull down, smart pull down, battery estimate and theme tiles. Then you can find tiles, rows and columns customization as well. Then on bottom there is footer tweaks, and from here you can enable quick access on footer like edit, auto brightness, running services and settings. And then there is lock screen, which includes accidental swipe, double tap to sleep, background blur, and we can enable or disable some of the elements for lock screen. If we need to tweak anything related to navigation bar or buttons, then here we can find it. As you can see, there is extended swipe action too, and you can also switch between navigation styles. We can find volume button tweaks too that you can see on screen. Notification includes heads up, ticker, edge lightning and more. As you can see, this section is for battery saving features like sleep mode, which will disable all of the selected things at a specific time, or you can enable or disable it manually. You can also block sensor for some apps which don't need access to those sensors. And lastly, kill background process, which will stop all non-essential apps when the device is idle. Miscellaneous includes gaming mode, screenshot type and charging related tweaks. Battery settings also includes extra tweak, and that is adaptive charging, which will stop charging at a specific percentage, temperature or both. Display settings includes blur windows, which enables blur for system UI. Then we can find styles and wallpapers, and as you guys know, from here we can change wallpaper, style or lock screen clock. Live display also includes some extra options like color profile and reduce power consumption. And you can also tweak RGB values plus other values like saturation and others. As you can see, we can also find display color calibration, which helps in stopping ghost screen. And lastly, on bottom we can find tap to wake and prevent accidental wake up. Under sounds we can find vibration and haptics tweaks, which includes vibration for calls, in-call haptics, touch vibration and lastly vibration pattern. For security settings there is only quick unlock and scramble layout. Widevine is L1 by default, and you can enjoy HD content on Amazon Prime and Netflix. And to pass safety net, I use some guide from Telegram group. So the results is pretty impressive with stock kernel, which is Perf Plus, and the performance dropped down to 89% out of 100, which is pretty good for 16 threads. But what about gaming? Let's have a look at it.
whoa.
Heads up. Enemy's lightning strike incoming.
Say!
We have captured the top.
He's good.
patience. Don't do anything stupid.
What the fuck are you looking at? Changing mag!
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Wow! Very dangerous!
Back to Call of Duty cause the end of BGMI is near. So the gaming results with stock kernel is good, but while screen recording at 1080p 60 fps it was laggy a little bit, and I didn't even use unlocker module or any other modules, and I was getting around 50 to 60 fps with default graphics settings, so gamers won't have any problem with it. To be honest, there is no bugs at all, and I didn't face system UI crash or any other bugs, which is great, but after flashing latest Mystic kernel, device became quite slow, which is bad for the overall experience. So finally a custom ROM that is suitable for every needs. Whether it is customization, gaming, battery, everything is great. You will get tons of customization, battery backup is good too, and gaming experience was not that bad. Widevine is L1 too, and lastly safety net, which can be a problem for non-rooted users, but rooted users can follow some steps to modify CPS. RAM management is good too. So the things that I mentioned is with stock kernel, and this ROM works great with stock kernel. I can say that Havoc OS 4.13 unofficial fan build is very stable, smooth, and can be used as a daily driver. Some things that you might miss is app lock and face unlock. You guys should definitely flash it if you are looking for most stable ROM based on Android 11. And for more videos like this, do check out some of my other videos. With this, it's end moment of this video. By the way, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also follow me on Instagram.